Hey guys, well, I feel like we've spent quite a bit of time on lambdas and streams, and we still haven't covered a ton of things. It's quite a big topic. What I was hoping was that you would kind of get into the functional way of thinking, because it's different to object oriented, and branching out from Java will help you understand other languages better also. But that's why I split it into two lessons. There was just kind of a lot to cover, and figure it takes a minute to get settled into it, into that sort of way of thinking. So, but I'm going to wrap up with just a couple of other things that I see around. And a lot of the time now that you've got these lambdas, at least with me, see, I've got all sorts of old code around, and then I refactor these things. So I was looking at you guys' projects to see if I could find a place where I could refactor to a lambda. And Helena's got this pretty nice project that she did from the final project from last course. I think this is it. Yeah, so this thing plays music and everything. It's awesome. But you can't hear it because my microphone or my speaker is off. Okay, so this is Helena's version of parsing some text files. We have a whole UI, and then you have like little buttons that you click for the characters, and yeah, it's pretty rad with the pictures. Look, and it has different levels. Awesome. Anyway, so what I was going to do is see if I could see some of these event handlers. Whenever I click this button, so I'm testing it out now because I want to make sure I'm not breaking it. So this is the app main, and we've got panels and stuff, and this is where the Daenerys button is being added to this custom button class. So I'm going to go in there. And then I can see right away that the action performed is happening in here. So just to be sure I'm doing it right, I just want to run it to make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay, click Danny. So there I've got that printout. So I know I'm in the right spot. This is the handler for that button. And maybe this pattern will be familiar to you at this point. This is an anonymous inner class. It's anonymous because the action listener doesn't have a name. It's just being jammed in there without actually giving it a variable name or an object name. And so we saw that if there was only one method in an interface, then you could consider it a functional interface, and then you could use lambdas with it. So this is a standard thing that I do a lot. You get rid of everything all the way down to there, to the parameter, because you don't need the wrapper object, and there's only one method, so Java's going to know what you want to execute. So scratch that. Before I go, I'm just going to see how my braces and parentheses line up. So that's a set, that open and close right there. Then we were opening a curly, so I'm going to have to take away a curly from somewhere to keep this the same. And then I'll just get rid of this one. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is put my lambda in. And then I'm going to test it to make sure I haven't broken it. Okay, still have that pop-up happening, that's good. Okay, so we have a lambda in here, but it's still a little big. I prefer it to be on one line, but we have an exception. Now, the people on the internet talk a lot about what you should do when a lambda throws an exception. This is a perfectly okay way, but it takes away from the elegance of the lambda. I'm sure you can see it would be nicer if we didn't have these lines. So I'm probably going to put a reference on at the end of the video so that you guys can see, some different ways of wrapping a lambda so that you can deal with exceptions somewhere other than right here. But in this case, so because Elena has a nice loader function. I think we can tuck this exception up in there and then not have to deal with it. So here's loader, the function loader, and you can see it throws an IO exception. That's why it has to be caught here. So if I just get rid of it here, hopefully it's only one layer. Yes, okay, so what I can do instead of throws, I can surround with try catch here. Now I'm just going to make sure that what she had up here is the same. And then since loader doesn't throw an exception, I don't have to deal with it here. And then I'm just going to format. And it didn't quite get it as nice as I wanted, but I'm going to put that up there, put that up there, and then I can still take away some stuff because it's only got one parameter. We don't need that. We don't need that parenthesis. We don't need the curly braces, nor that semicolon. Okay, and that's looking pretty tidy. So you'll see this in like pretty frequently now that the action listener will have a lambda in it. All right, that was a quick diversion. That's the end of lambdas and streams for the moment. So thanks for bearing with me. Thanks, Elena, for making this beautiful code and program that I could show. Okay, later, guys.